My name is Keshu. I have been into software development field around 9+ years with the technologies. I've been working with certain technologies like uh, backend, that is like Java, Node, Express. Coming to the databases, I've been working with so many databases like in a simple category like DBMS, RDBMS, like the relational databases like Oracle, MySQL, MySQL, and coming to this NoSQL style databases, MongoDB, and coming to the certain front-end technologies, I have been worked extensively on these technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, you know, something like jQuery and all, and but especially the frameworks here, Angular and ReactJS. So this is some quick intro about me. Okay, fine, thank you. Yeah, so now we are going to talk about our session now. So before I get into this particular word called a month stack development. Okay, so before I get into this, first I would like to talk few things, some basic things now. Or when we are talking about any web application development, whatever it is. First, I would like to talk a little about software applications. I will start with very basic thing. Software applications here. Whenever we talk about any kind of software applications here, uh, you know, uh, the whatever we are using are called different kind of softwares. Softwares are nothing but different programs will be there, right? All the programs together are nothing but certain software will be using them. When you're talking about any software applications, broadly that will be divided into two categories. So one is, so before getting the name, what is that and all, here I will give you certain examples so that you have to tell me. So okay, calculator and the thing which I'm using right now. Okay, that is Paint, MS Paint, Microsoft Word, uh, Paint, Microsoft Paint, not Word, Microsoft Paint or MS Word also, or certain media players also we have certain things like VLC media player and Windows media player. So like that we have different media players and certain games, not all games, certain games. So these are certain examples for one kind of category of software applications. Next is other category. Yeah, here I hope you people are able to see my screen. Just to give me one of you just confirmation that are box like you are able to see my screen so that I can proceed further.
Oh, yes, Keshav, you are able to see your screen.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. The next category here is something like here Facebook, one application is also a software application, and something like Gmail, something like some IRCTC application, or Book My Show application, or Amazon application, or whatever it is. These are certain examples. So these are other kind of software applications. So what is the difference here? So this application and uh, this application. So here we call these applications as standalone applications. The name is standalone applications, and this category is called web applications or web-based application. In a simple way, we can call them as web application. Both are fine. Both are fine and same. So, what is the fundamental difference between these two, standalone applications and web-based applications? Yeah, this is a question to you all guys. Okay, just give me quick answer. What is the fundamental difference? I don't want to go much deep with respect to technologies and all. Just by looking at these examples directly, you can say something. What is the primary difference here? That is what I'm expecting from you guys.
Yeah,
So
the
just
first
let me know if
category
it is.
is like the static applications, and second category are dynamic application.
Second is
Dynamic, like dynamic applications. So those pages they go on
okay. Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Fine. That is to some extent. So, but still you have used certain technical terms like dynamic and static. Fine, absolutely, the answer is right. But still here, what I want to what I want here is just in a layman point of view. What is the difference here? If you don't know anything, also still whether that will be interactive one or not, whatever it is, but still we can say one fundamental difference. That is that is to work with these applications, calculator or paint or word or media player, right? No internet is required. But to work with these applications like either Facebook or Gmail or IRCTC or Book My Show, whatever it is, internet is required, right? The fundamental difference. Without technical aspects, you understood, right? As I told you. So that is to work with any of the standalone applications, you don't require any internet support. But whereas to work with web-based applications, definitely you need internet. But why actual internet is required? And then okay, we'll discuss that in next 2-3 minutes. Okay, just a minute, guys. So here, why we call them as standalone? The name itself is suggesting here that is like standalone application where to work with any of the standalone application, what you have to do here is whatever might be the application, to run that application, you require one PC, one computer is required for you, and only one computer is enough. One gadget is enough, and there inside that computer that particular software whatever may be calculator or paint that will be installed once and can be run any number of times and can be used for any number of times. You understood, right? So one computer is there, assume, and in that computer this particular, assume this is that software, okay? So that particular software is installed and can be run any number of times you want. Clear? So that is about your standalone application here. Somebody has developed it and you can use it and you can download it and you can install it and you can work it. See that installation, whether you are doing manual on your own, or whether that is already available through your OSs, that is different strategy again. Okay, see, if I want to get some media player VLC or some media player, I have to install. You understand? Some game I have to install. If it is calculator, as it is a Windows machine or something, that will come default. If it is a paint, my Windows machine, Microsoft Paint also will come default. You understand? Like notepad or something like that. But here what I am talking here is that installation is really be happening whether you are already through OS, but that is installed and can be run. That's it. You don't require any other external what I can say machine. You don't require any other computer, any other machine to work with this particular application, or to make the utility out of this application. You don't require any support system. You understand? You require only one system. Inside that system, this particular app has to be installed. That's it. You can use it. Clear? That is called stand alone. So you don't require any external support. Clear? So this is called your standalone applications are about. These are some certain examples, but so many, right? Notepad and all these things are those applications. Or sometimes people usually call them as desktop applications also. Some people call them as desktop applications also. Fine, but okay. Next comes your web-based application. So here in this web-based application here, if you want to talk about this web-based application, at a time, two systems must be in sync with each other, or two systems must be in connecting mode or in working mode to work with these applications. You understood it? So those two systems are called here called as client machine or client system, and the other one is called server system here. One is called client system, and the other one is called server system. So here whatever I have drawn here, the small one is called client system here, and this bigger one is called a server system. You require two systems must be in connection with each other to get the utility of this particular applications, whatever it could be. One is client machine and the other is server machine. Okay, fine. Server machine is there, assume again, client machine is there. Now, uh, to establish certain connection between your client and server, connection should be there. Then only it is possible to interact with the server machine and client machine. So what exactly the server and client be here? Because to work with this standalone application, only one software is created. One calculator is created, one paint or one media player. Assume like for paint related thing, only one software is developed. That software you can install in your PC and you can work with that. But when you are talking about web-based applications, two kind of softwares usually be developed here. One is client-side software. You understand? Like that is called client-side software or client software. Simply, I can say. And the other thing is server-side software here. Server-side software. So client-side software is nothing but here browser supported. Browser will be there, and that browser supported website will be there. You understood it? So the browser supported website will be there, simple, and that will be acting as the browser itself, I can say, will be acting as your client-side software for your web-based application. And the other thing is like server-side software will be that anyhow you'll be developing. That is called your application itself. Okay. So two things will be there with respect to your web-based application. So when I'm talking about this server-side software, assume like browser supported website, forget about supported website, and only assume browser. So now this browser is going to be acting as a client-side software. Assume in your client machine you have a browser. Absolutely, you have browser. Okay, fine. Now inside that browser, to connect to my server where my application is loaded or where my application is stored, that is stored somewhere else, right? In some remote location. That server is stored in some remote location. So that particular machine I have to connect it to that particular server machine. So here what is happening here is I have to get one connection here from my client machine to server machine. Assume like I'm using one wire. Just for example, I'm telling, okay, we don't use wire, but just for understanding, one wire from here to here, I established some connection using the wires here. Understood, right? But when I'm talking about this example of Facebook application or whatever, client is nothing but your mobile phone or your desktop or your laptop or whatever it may be. Okay, and there you're using browser. Okay, fine. Inside that you want to connect to the Facebook server. Okay, fine. But to that Facebook server, where it is located, some remote place, right? Uh, Assume like at Facebook office in the US, there the server is there. Assume. Then from here to there, you're establishing your own connection. Setting up your own connection is practically and absolutely impossible. You understood, right? So then how it is connecting then? Then how it is connecting? That is very simple. Already in this world, there is one channel is already available, and to which all the computers are already connected together, and the channel is nothing but here internet. Assume all these boxes are here different computers. Assume so this is the computer which is your computer. Assume this is your friend computer, this is your other friend computer, and assume this is a Gmail server computer, and this is a Facebook server computer, and this is an Instagram server computer, and assume this is a Wikipedia server computer. Assume this is an IRCTC server computer. You understood it? All those are computers only, and they are connected to a common platform or common bus. I can say they are all connected to a common wire or something, whatever it is called, an internet. So that horizontal one is the red, so that is called an internet, and all these things are connected to all these computers are connected to systems. I can say all these systems are connected to that particular internet. Understood, right? So now, so if I talk about this internet here, assume as I already told you here, this is your computer. Assume PC1. PC1 means your computer which we want to use as a client machine. Assume this is PC2, your friend computer, just like that. And this is something like PC3, your other friend computer or something like that, or your one of your computer present in your company or organization, whatever it may be. And this is a Gmail server computer, okay, or system. This is Facebook server system, and this is something IRCTC server system, and assume this is some Instagram server system, okay, something like that. This is some book my show, etc. Different things. Fine. Now all are connected together. Now from your PC, if you want to connect it to this particular, Gmail server system and all, so to connect it to anything from one thing to other thing, there should be certain thing with which we can identify it uniquely, right? Unique identification is required. Clear? So in your phone also, if you want to connect, see, assume like there is one network, some network, assume, I don't want them, some network, mobile network is there, everything is established. But if you want to connect it to your one of your friends and you want to talk and whatever it is, there should be certain thing unique, that is called a phone number. That phone number cannot be owned by any other person. You understood, right? Assume like your name is A and you want to talk with B. If one number is there, with phone number is there dedicated for B, then the same number cannot be owned by any other person. You understood, right? In the same way here, to connect to all these things, there is certain things which are like unique. They are called IP address density. Okay. With the help of that IP address, we can able to connect with one machine to other machine, or one computer to other computer, or one PC to other PC, or one system to other system. You understood, right? So in that way, we'll be connecting. So for example, if you're talking about Facebook, here it will be having certain IP address that might be 192, may not be same guys. Just example I'm telling, 192.23.09 point something like that, right? In that way, it will be having IP address. Okay, fine. With that we can connect. But how many websites are running on this web world? So many, so millions of websites are running, right? And even though if you are using certain websites, often like the Facebook, the Gmail, all these also, but it's absolutely impossible to remember the IP addresses, right? So that is the reason there is a technology, or whatever I can say, called domain names will be there here. So you'll be using those domain names instead of IP addresses. So the domain name for Facebook is, you already know it, facebook.com. But actually at the back end, how it will be connecting is, even though you type facebook.com in the address bar of your browser, that in the back end it will be connected to the respective IP address. It could be anything, maybe wrong address, but this particular IP address, whatever it may be, to that address it will be connected. You understood it? So just to make our users work easy, you know uh, our life easy at working with these web applications, so that will be using certain things like domain names. You understood, right? So now that is done. So how to connect it to the that one, right? So if I want to connect it to from my client machine to server machine, assume like this is Facebook or something, then establishing my own connection of my own wires and all is not required. That is the reason you no need to worry. Simply connect it to the internet, so that through that it will be connected. All the systems are now in connected mode, and then you can connect it to any IP address, any of the application you want from your browser. You understood, right? So that is the reason you require internet. You got it, right? Actually internet, why internet is required to run these applications is very simple. these applications will have two kind of softwares to be running to work with that. At any time, you require two softwares to be running. One is client side software, other is server side. If the server side software has to run, but that location is always remote, some other place, to establish that connection physically on your own is not possible, right? So that is the reason we use it. That clarity is got it, right? Fine now. Assume you are using the internet, so definitely there will be no connection, right, between this from your server system to client and from your client system to server system. Okay, fine, absolutely fine. Now, in this client, as I told you already, browser will be there. Inside that, you will be having a certain website. Website is nothing but again collection of web pages, right? Home page, sign in page, sign up page, or registration or sign up page, or home page, or dashboard page, or login or sign in page pages. So inside the pages, certain data will be there. Assume okay, website is ready and all. So the moment you click something in that page, assume you're doing registration page. The moment you enter the data and you click that button called register here or sign up here. The moment you click that button, what happens? Your data will be transferred from your client machine to the server machine. You understand, right? What to happen and all that will be already decided in the server machine. But the data has to be transferred from your client machine to server machine, right? So that is if you enter some data in the registration form, if you click that button. Okay, this is one category. Next, other category. Assume like there is home page is there. You already registered and you already logged in. There is some home page. Inside that, so many activities are there. Assume what I can say, Gmail or whatever it is. Home page, that inbox page is open. There on the top of that page, assume like one box is there, empty box there. You are searching something. You are entering some name. You got it right. For example, something like some Mohit, some name you are entering Mohit, MOH, something like that. Then all the data related to that Mohit or the data containing that word called Mohit or mails containing that word called Mohit will be appeared on the screen, right? You understood it? All those mails only will be appeared. So that is also entering something like Mohit and just click hitting enter button is also something like you are doing activity on the client side and that something is happening here. What is that is called is a request here, guys. Clicking a button, okay, or clicking a link, or entering the data, or all these things what you do on the browser or on the website, I can say, is called request. And usually all the requests all the times will be sent from your client machine to the server machine. Sometimes these requests will be carrying the data information. Sometimes these requests will be carrying the data from your client machine to server machine. Sometimes they don't carry any information. Simply, instruction will be sent. Sometimes along with the instruction, data will be carried. For example, sign up, registration. Some data you are entering, right? The data will be there. Along with that, what instruction? Register here, right? That instruction will go. You understood, right? Yeah, that is called registration. Request, not registration. Request. Okay. Now, assume okay, a registration only you entered your data and that request has been sent. Then that will be taken, getting into your server. Or assume you want to, display all the data related to something. As I told you, right? Okay, Mohit or something. MOH, Mohit, something you are type and just you hit enter. Then what happens? That is your request. You are not writing, you are not entering so much data like registration. You are just typing one simple keyword like MOH and you are hitting enter. Then what happens? That request will be sent to the server. What exactly this server will do? So this server will, in that server, you'll be having a separate section called a database section will be there. Okay, and inside that database, assume like as you're talking about mail related application, all the mails will already be stored in that particular application. Or you assume Facebook related application, whatever it is. Now you want to get the friends names or something like that. Then you're typing something MOH. Next friends, all the people related to MOH will be appeared on the screen, right? How that is happening? Because assume you have entered MOH and click that button, then or is entered MOH and enter, click enter, hit enter, then the data will go there and that keyword called MOH will go there. What this server will do, this server will take that data, whatever it is coming. Here you will be having certain programs will be there already, predefined programs will be there. Each program has its own functionality, its own module. You understood it? Assume like no searching related thing, one module. Next, what it will do, list of friends, right? It will hit the database. It will connect it to the database which is present inside the server. It will connect it to that particular database here. Assume like with MOH any names are there, then those names will be written and that will be taken into your server again. What this server will do here is, as per your writing, whatever the way you have written the code, as per that, that server will take the data and the data will be modified and will be created in the tabular format or whatever it is, but that data will be sent back to the client here. The data will be sent back to the client here in the form of a response. We call it as a response here. So response always will be sent from your server machine to the client machine. You understood it? Okay, I'm telling like this particular rhombus or this shape indicates the number of not number, list of students, list of students or list of friends. Okay. Now assume like you have typed MOH, that is the reason 4 5 people are there. Mohan, Mohit, Mohan, Krishna, something like that. 4 5 people. Okay. Now you type something like ABC, something. Now you made the request. Now the same thing will happen. It hit the database and tries to get the data, which starts some names, user names with ABC. It found like no user was there with uh, name called ABC. You understood it? Containing a name called ABC. Then what happens? No data, no list will be sent to the client. Instead of that, some simple message will be sent back to the client instead of this list. That message is something like no users found or no friends found. You understood, right? Or no friends found or no users found with name called ABC or something like that. Certain message will be sent. That is called response, guys. So in this web application activity, always this only will be there. Like request and response, request and response, request and response. Whatever you say, that is request and response, request and response. The only thing here is sending that request and getting the response. All these things will be happening within seconds, not even take 1 2 seconds. Within 1 second, within a single second, what I can say, some activity might be happening in half second, some might be in 1/4 second, some might be in 1/8 second. You understood it? But everything will be happening quickly. That is a combination of both, request and response. Fine, guys. So this is the way how your web application is working. Then you may get doubt like what is React and what is MERN stack, right? Here I'm just talking about how a web application works, but where this MERN stack is going to help, where this is going to work. You understood, right? So yes. So don't worry. In our next 2 3 minutes, that is what we are going to learn. Got it? In this server, I told like this some shape is there, right? This hexagon or something. I told like this is one module or one program will do one activity called registration. This will do something like searching. This will do something like purchasing. This will do something like login. Like that, different things will be there. I am telling it will do different things. How it will do? If I ask please do, then it will not do, right? For that to do, certain things already to be written. Clear? They are called software, server side software. But together all the thing is called server side software. And this is called your server side software here. So to develop this server side software, to develop any software, you require programming. Program should be there. You can say. To develop any software, you require programs. Programs together is nothing but software, right? Yeah. So to create any program, you require programming knowledge. Yes or no? Programming language are there. That programming language knowledge is important. So in the same way, to develop any server-side program or server-side software, you require knowledge in any of these server-side technologies, guys. Here, that is either Java or Node.js or something like Python or .NET or Ruby, something like that. You can have any one of them. You don't require, all of them or two of them, not required at all. If you have the knowledge in any one of these languages, then using certain logics and all as per your application structure, your application style. You can develop the server side software here. Terminal test. Okay, now assume you learned one of the language. Okay, you can develop the server side software now. You got some very you have some very good logical skills and programming skills, and also you have one strong programming knowledge also. Assume like that. Now, what is this mun stack is about? So here, M meaning is MongoDB, E is Express, R is React, and N is called Node. Here I am talking about server side and how this can be developed. I talked, but when I'm talking about this client side browser, I am talking, right? So in the browser, a website will be there, right? So to work with that website, see, if I want to connect it to my Gmail application or Facebook or whatever it is, I am telling that Facebook server application is created and stored, Gmail application created, stored in the server somewhere. Okay, fine. But when you are opening in the browser, you are able to see some home page, sign in page, sign up page, all these things, right? So that is nothing but somebody some or the other way that website is getting created. Is nothing but all the web pages have been created and they have been integrated together. So to develop those web pages, if you want to develop them here, you require a basic knowledge. If you want to develop some basic websites, then basic web pages, if you want to develop, you can use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript here. Here I am using word and, not R, but here this side server side I told or any one of them, Java or something like that, but here that is different. You require HTML uh, and CSS and JavaScript to develop any uh, websites here. Okay, fine. HTML CSS is in normal language, like just it will be adding some content with the help of tags. CSS with the help of certain property names, it will be adding certain stylings to your application. But when it comes to JavaScript, this is the main programming language involved in the client side software development, that is website development, that adds dynamic nature to your web pages. This HTML CSS pure static, you don't have any dynamic. But using this JavaScript, plain JavaScript, yes, you can develop. Not only there, here it server side also. If you are using Java or Node or Python, any one of them, assume you are using, okay, as I told you, one stack, right? In that N is there, definitely we'll be using Node in our course as a backend knowledge. But whatever may be the backend technology or whatever may be the knowledge you are using, that is not the one, not the alone. The technology itself is, we don't use as an alone technology to develop any softwares here. For example, if even if you are using something called Java, you don't develop enterprise applications using plain Java. So then what you'll be doing here is, you'll be taking the help of something called framework here, guys. So when you're talking about Java, people will use one of the widely used framework in Java technology called Spring framework. When it comes to Node, we have something called Express. So here these are called frameworks. What these frameworks will do is, frameworks will make your work easy. These are not new. These are not technologies, or these are not programming language. When it comes to Python, you have something called Django or Django. For Node.js, you have something called Express. These are not technologies. Again, I am repeating. These are just built on the top of certain technology. If you're talking about Django, that is built on the top of Python. If you're talking about Express, that is built on the top of Node.js. And if you're talking about Spring, that is built on the top of Java. So Spring will make Java developers' life easy. Express will make Node.js developers' life easy. So if you're talking about real-time applications, we don't develop only pure Java. We use Spring. If we don't use only pure Python for development of web applications in Python, we take Django. The same way, if you want to develop through Node, we don't do only through Node. We take the help of Express. These are called frameworks. These frameworks I'm talking at the backend side, server side. But in the same way, using this JavaScript, you can develop. I told you, right? But here, even at the front end side also, we can have frameworks. So among them, here we have frameworks like Angular, and something like a React and something like that. But when I'm talking about Angular, that is a framework which is working with some other technology, other scripting language called TypeScript, which is something superset for JavaScript. You have to learn TypeScript. Along with that, it will be learned Angular. But when I'm talking about React here I will use that what called framework. But React is actually a React.js. React is called React.js. More than uh, to be precise, actually it is not a framework also. It's kind of a library. It's like a library. Like React is a library, but due to its extensive features, you'll be having normal libraries. But due to its extensive features, React is almost like having that stature of a framework here. Clear? So in our course, what we are going to learn here is, so to develop this earlier, in the industry, uh, only client-side software people used to develop, that is called UI development or front-end development through either Angular or React or whatever it is. Those people are called front-end developers, and the guys who will develop server-side technologies are called uh, backend developers. Are with their technology name, they are famous, like Java developer, Node developer, Python developer, .NET developer, something. Got it? But nowadays it is not the scenario. Nowadays people are asking people to have both knowledge. That is like they are asking, companies are asking or encouraging their employees, like Angular developer to learn, or React developer, front end developers to learn any of the server side technology, or any of the server side developers, like any of the Java or Node developers to learn any of the client side technology, like either Angular or React. They are encouraging, their companies are encouraging, or rather I can say the companies are forcing their employees to learn. You understood, right? So this is not going to work if you want to be only front end side, only back end side. No, earlier the scenario was fine, but nowadays, as a resource, you should be in a position to work with both front end side as well as back end side. So these kind of people in the industry are called what? Full stack developers. Clear? So now here, as we are sticking to server side Node.js technology, that is Express will be there, and the client side we are going to learn here called React here. This is what we are going to learn, and this one we are going to learn Node and Express here. And when it comes to the database, you can have any kind of databases here, Oracle and all. They are like Oracle or what are the famous database. They are the style is RDBMS style, that is relational database style, where tables creation and all such stuff will be there. So other than that, here there is one more style is also there, which is very famous nowadays. That style is NoSQL style. This is extensively used for social media related applications or whatever it is. Either the data is structured or not structured, you can use NoSQL style databases. So among them, uh, MongoDB is the most famous one. This is the database we are going to learn in our course. So in this course, we are going to learn front end side React, okay, back end side Node and Express here. And coming to the database, we are going to learn MongoDB. A total four things, right? MongoDB M, right, and Express E, and React R, and Node En. So that's why we call it as one stack developer. Actually, you are a full stack developer only. This course is full stack only, and especially you are opting for Node as a backend technology and React as a front end technology, right? So there is a special name for that. That is called MUN technology. Clear? Or we call it as a one stack developer. So in our course, what we are going to do here, the phase, first phase and second phase of our course here is, in the first phase you are going to learn about the React.js here. Next, in the second phase, you are going to learn about Node. That is like in the Node family, you'll be learning Node. That is, I can say, backend you'll be learning. Okay. Then the first phase, you'll be learning the React, or precise in a simple way, I can say, like you'll be learning UI part, UI framework you'll be learning, and next you'll be learning the backend here. Okay, so this is the this is about your course journey and all. So this is what what is web application, how a web application works, and where React comes, where Node comes, where Express comes. Clear? So just I would like to talk a little about React. Just a minute, guys. Yeah. Here I've just prepared one simple React application, but to run this application it may take a few minutes. So meanwhile I'll be talking about React, what are the things we are going to learn in React and all, so that we are going to talk, and meanwhile this application will be starting. Okay, as I told you, this will take several minutes, up to 3 minutes it may take, right? Okay, meanwhile we are going to talk about React. Okay, fine. Yeah, so this is the official logo of React here. React is a UI library, to build a single page application. Single page application is nothing but, if you're talking about a very big application or a sign up page, sign in page, and all pages created, and they are bind together to, create a complete full-fledged application and all, full-fledged website. Instead of that, here, what happens, the moment you click one link, a new page will be loaded, right? Every time you click contact us, then contact us page will be loaded. The moment you click home page will be loaded. Instead of that, what will happen, instead of having different multiple pages, here in using React we can create a single page application where uh, the data related to home, or the data related to, yeah, it is started at the backend. My React application started. Okay, fine, we'll see that in 2 3 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, this application will be created as a single page style, where the data related to contact or the data related to search or whatever it is will be treated as a component here. So instead of different pages here for different content, here you'll be having something called component structure. The moment if you click one button, if you click some link, instead of loading a new page called new contact page or new about us page, instead of that, just the information related to about us will be there, that is called component related to about us, that will be displayed. That's it. That data will be displayed. That is called a component structure and all. Okay, don't worry much about that. That we'll be discussing in our upcoming sessions. Okay, yeah, and it's an open source front end JavaScript library. You want to create any awesome UIs and all, use this and directly. And it's developed by one person at Facebook, not team. Actually, first it started by one person, and later now Facebook is maintaining that, and Facebook is supporting that one. Okay. So if you're talking about the React, as I told you, one person, right, this Jordan Walke has created this React. Actually, when he created, that is not for the purpose of something like React, which we are using now. For not that purpose, it is created earlier. And even the name also not same. Some facts is something he created as it is. It's a React.js, right? JavaScript related library. He created something like facts.js for the purpose of Facebook, right? In the Facebook earlier, news feed will be there, right? On the top of your account, you will be having certain news feed. New things will be added every day, right? So those news feed that instead of having normal JavaScript related stuff over there, he decided he created something using this facts.js. certain library, and they found like that is working fine, nice, with respect to speed and all, response and all. Then what they did is, as Instagram is also under Facebook only, right? Facebook umbrella only, right? So they later introduced that feature into Instagram in 2012, and then after that, that is also worked fine, and later, finally in 2013, they made that particular React as a open source technology, guys. From that onwards, that is available for everyone, whoever wants to develop any applications using React. Okay, fine. Then why React? Definitely React. It's a faster development process compared to normal JavaScript. I'm talking. Okay, I'm not comparing it with any other framework right now, but compared to pure JavaScript, plain JavaScript, it's a plaster, and it has so much of what I can say, like predefined things inside that React, because it is a rich JavaScript library where if you want to do certain activity, like you want to do some routing, don't worry, how to do certain things will be there in the React. What I can say, routing related information, something will be there, some package will be there related to routing that you'll be importing and you'll be working with that. So that kind of support will be there, rich support of JavaScript library. So many files, so much of data will be there. Yeah, definitely better maintainability here. If you're talking about plain JavaScript compared to that, here definitely it will be better maintainability will be available here. Next year, data binding is also very effective. Data binding will be happening. Data binding means from from one page to other page. It's not like developing all the components or pages or whatever it is. Then just leaving that and all next all together. Just this is one application. No, right? Definitely there should be certain connection between one page to other page or one component to other component. Right? The data binding will be there. Definitely cross-platform develop. If you develop this application in a Windows machine, definitely it will work. It should work on Linux machine. It will be working definitely. If you are developing any React application in Windows machine, can definitely work happily in the Mac or Linux machine. Clear. And that is with respect to platform OS, and even with respect to browser also. If you are working with React, and if you have opened this React application in one browser called Chrome, if it's working fine, then the same will work nicely in other browsers. That is cross-platform development. It supports by default, and it's mobile friendly, SEO friendly as well. Here it is, and it's improved speed and performance. Then what is declarative and all? If I talk now, you don't understand much, but okay. Instead of writing the code much, instead of that, you'll be giving certain statements in one way. As per that, the activities will be happening at the back end. More than that, I can't say now what is declarative. We'll be learning in our course. Okay, what is that? And you're having so many developer tools also available in the browsers, and to analyze the React, and to what I can say, to debug the React tools, React application. So learning the React, here you should not worry about your backend at all. You should don't worry backend whether that is developed. I'm talking with respect to React developer, okay, not Munstack. Munstack means your node only backend. But normally, if you want to develop, become only a React developer, okay, your design always should be, your focus should be like UI focused. You should not worry much about your backend. Next, it's an easy to adapt because it's a pure JavaScript related, right? Easy to adapt. Yeah, as I told you, single page application means this is a single page application where instead of having different pages, the entire page will be divided into different components. A header component, footer component, search component, menu component, something like this. This is the main display component. Assume if I click something in the menu component, like what I can say, friends list, some button is there. Okay, friends, click friends. Then friends list data will be displayed in the display component. You understood, right? Or if you're talking about some e-commerce application, my orders, if you click that, then orders related information. You understood, right? Addresses, something like addresses related information. Whatever it is, my profile, then your profile related information will be displayed in the display component. You understand? So this is called, your component architecture is about, and React also follows component architecture, which is one of the, or I can say component driven architecture. React application is a very famous and beautiful one. And when it comes to the fundamentals of React, these are the things which you're going to learn in React that is JSX fundamentals and what is JSX and all. Don't worry about all these things, guys. Okay, I don't want to put much pain on you by using this new words like JSX, virtual DOM, props, state, rendering, and also okay. Don't worry, but these are the things which we are going to learn in our React course. Okay, we'll be learning extensively about all these things, guys. Okay, you don't worry. And yeah, anyhow, forms, routing, style. Other than this, we do learn even certain, some advanced level concepts related to ReactJS and things like applying filters and how to use lists, what are hooks, how we are going to use hooks, and what is context API, how we are going to work with that with respect to application sense, how we are going to using that, and what is Redux, and next is last, how to connect your React application with APIs. API means your backend, guys, any backend. How to connect your React with any backend. So that is what we are going to learn here with respect to your React. Okay. So these are the things we are going to learn now. Uh, as I told you already, I've created one application, right? Yeah. So here I click, started. That is started. That application is also opened. I think. Yeah, it's opened. I hope you are able to see. Yeah, certain name is there, certain default name. Here I'm writing some name like some Ajay, and now here I'm clicking some button called go. Nothing happening because that in that style I have written the code. Okay, but actually what is happening? This is my React application I told you, but in the backend for my React I simply use one node also. I created some node related thing also for my backend, but very simple activity called assume this is my front end now, from which I am sending some data which is in the form of some simple text. Now I am sending the data as a request. This will go to the server. Next, it should generate some response, right? Yes or no? How it will be generating the response if my server is running, if my server is in working mode, then only the response will be generated. But what code I have written, for that, whatever the request I am sending as a some data in the request, that data will be taken by the server, and that server will send the message back to me. That is like whatever the name I am sending, like hi Ajay will be sent back or something welcome Ajay. I don't remember which word I have used. Something hi Ajay it will throw back or send back or something welcome Ajay it will send. You understand? But for that to happen, what I have to do here is I have to run my server also here. So in this my application to run the server, I have created one file. This is my node file, guys. Here. So to run this, what I have to do here? Okay, in command prompt I will run this. Yeah. So now it is telling like your Express server is running. See, I told you, right? Node, if you are using means how to use either any of the backend technology, any of the not backend. I can say. Node is a backend, but framework, right? I am using Express together. We, as I told you, real time scenario, we don't use pure Node. We using Express along with that one. Okay, fine. That doesn't matter here. Yeah. Now that is running, right? Now I am clicking go. Okay, yeah. Now you are able to see something like welcome Ajay. You understood, right? Now here I'm changing something to some other name. Now click it. What is happening? It is not reloaded properly. What are the changes I made? That is not reloaded. Okay. Something went wrong. That is stop. Okay. Some proxy error, some security related error. It is okay. Proxy, right? It is not allowing me to connect. But you have seen that right earlier. Uh, Try to rerun this ones. Proxy related error. Now here I'm writing some name. Now click it. Yeah. Now it is showing. right? Yeah, something it is, yeah, now it is showing like some problem. So which means here I'm able to send the request from my client machine to the server machine, and server is taking the data, and again it is, sending back the response. You understand? This is my simple application just for some demonstration purpose. Just I have just created this application. Got it, right? Okay, guys, this is simple application. So other than this, we learned, right, what exactly, React is and all, how React is going to work, and what is the node, and what is express, and what is, MongoDB, right? And what is Munstack especially. So Munstack is nothing but one of the full stack technology here, in which the internal technologies of Munstack are front end side React you will be learning, and back end side you will be learning Node, Express as well as MongoDB. And the prerequisites for one to learn this React is basic HTML, CSS, okay, fine knowledge, but some understanding of the JavaScript, some basics of the JavaScript. If you know what is CSS and what is HTML, that is fine, and some basic understanding of the JavaScript is required to understand the React.js. Okay, so now from tomorrow onwards, what we'll be doing is, as I already told you, the first phase we'll be learning the UI framework, where all React concepts we'll be learning, and we'll be developing one application in the React, pure front end application, without involving with any database, or without involving even with the server also. Just a pure React application will be developing. Then we'll be creating something called, backend application with the help of Node, Express, and MongoDB. So to create it, first we'll be learning Node, Express, and MongoDB. We'll be learning, and later we'll be creating. And at the end, whatever the application we created as a backend, for the same thing we will create one front end, okay, which is incompatible with the backend whatever you are creating. That front end will be creating with React, and both will be clubbed together, added together, attached together. Clear? So that a complete full stack application is developed. Clear? So that is minimum of 3 projects you'll be learning in this course, and whatever you'll be learning in the course as a online live session by me, the same session will be recorded, and the same will be stored in a portal, and you will be given the access to that particular portal, guys. Even though you miss a class, it won't be a problem for you, as you are having the access to that particular portal over there. Not only that, miss a class, the entire sessions, all the sessions from the day one, you will be having that luxury of accessing to those videos, recorded video sessions throughout the course. You'll be having, even after finishing the course as well, you will be having that access. And once the session is done, uh, everything will be learning, practically only here, like, nothing like, just a concept wise. No, everything will be coding, and everything practically will be learning and all. And once the sessions are completed, like, 2 3 sessions and all, then as per the situations, I'll be asking you to do certain activities on your own, and as well as whatever the code we are writing in this, same kind of thing, for reference, I will be sending you, for reference purpose later. Clear? So that's it, guys. This is about, what is Munstack and all, what are the things you're going to learn in Munstack, why to learn Munstack and all. Clear? And what is the roadmap for your course. Clear? That's it from my side. And if you have any doubts, just, you can unmute yourself, you can ask your doubt, or you can put your doubts in the chat box also, no problem, I can answer you guys.
Okay, sure. Like while developing these applications, like we'll be writing code, right? Like how will we like storing this code? Like we will be given like a session on like GitHub or GitLab or this type of repositories.
No, no, no. Initially I will be sending normally, and at the end I will show how to use Git repository. But initial stages normally I will be sending as a, a zip file or something like that.
Oh, but in the course, like we will cover these things, right? Like with repositories, how to maintain and all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For 2 3 days, or for 4 5 days, depending on, situation and all, like, a few things will be important, and certain things will be together I will be sending, instead of sending one by one, 2 3 things together I will be sending.
Okay.
Any other doubts on it?
Like how different is this from the previous session? Like the previous session is only based on like a back-end development, right?
Which one?
Like the earlier session that was the mode development. We had the session, right? Like the from 7 to 8.
Back end.
Yeah.
I didn't get you. Can you tell me again?
I mean, yeah, like we just spoke about like in the session of 7 to 8, like during 78, like we spoke about main stack development, right? MongoDB. That's so that is purely
No,
on
no,
like
no.
on
That
back.
that is different. No, that is Angular. No.
Yeah, that is Angular. Yeah.
Yeah, this is React related, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is React related. So for a beginner, like who want to get into like technical side or coding side or web developments, what do you suggest? Like going for this
No, no,
Angular
no.
side?
The thing is like the choice is with respect to your front end technology. You can go either for Angular or for React. Okay.
Okay.
If you're preferring Angular, there I told you right something like yeah, you will be having certain things like TypeScript also extra will be there
Yeah.
in
Yes.
Angular
Yes.
learning. But when it comes to React, pure JavaScript will be there. That is the difference. But if you prefer, you can prefer anything. So but backend is common, guys. For either you prefer Angular or React, backend is common. As I'm sticking to Node technology, right? Node Express MongoDB, that is common. So that your personal choice, you can make a choice out of it, like either Angular or React you choose. Okay, if you choose Angular, then that is 7 to 8, and if you choose this React, that is 8 to 9. Clear, Sandeep?
Yes. Yes, Keshav. Like and daily the session will be for 1 hour, right?
Yes, yes,
And for 1 hour for weekly 6 days.
yes.
Oh.
Uh, sir,
Yeah, tell me.
hello. Sir, what
Yeah,
about
Pooja.
JSX?
What
JSX?
about
JSX?
JSX? Yeah, that is like JavaScript extended one, that is like XML. We call JavaScript XML, where normal JavaScript, whatever the JavaScript there we'll write only JavaScript code generally, right?
Oh,
We don't write
okay.
any other thing. Yeah, but
Yes.
if you're talking about HTML, where we will be writing H1, that Angular base will be writing right H1
Mm.
division, like that we will be writing it. But JSX is certain a special code where we will write together. JavaScript will be there, and as well as HTML will be there. Both together will be writing. Why we will write and how we will write. If you write like that, what is the advantage and all that we'll be discussing in the React. No, don't worry. That is a part of
Okay.
React. We'll be discussing about that one. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, sir.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Pooja, yours will be 8 to 9. Okay, on today.
8 to 9. Okay, sir.
Yeah, same time, 8 to 9.
Okay.
And like Keshav, like if you don't mind, like I just like would like to know like where this concepts of like DevOps Docker and like these things come in. Like they come in like web development sessions only?
DevOps.
DevOps. Yeah, these things are there, right? Like as a part of like few courses I have seen and like Visualpath itself. So I just would like to know whether they do come in like web development areas or like are they separate some things like that, separate technologies?
Yeah, DevOps is update technology, no? See, DevOps is something like if the applications are ready, like we are developing your application, right? Assume we are
Yeah,
learning some technology to develop the application. If the
yeah,
applications are completely ready and all, then they will put those applications in the cloud, like AWS or Azure or some cloud. They will keep all these applications. After keeping the applications inside a cloud, they will do certain monitoring activities on that, like between development team and operations team. Once you deliver your project to the client, what client will do? Client will use your application, right? Yes or
yeah,
no? Yeah,
yes,
when he's using, that is called operations. Yeah, when you're developing, that is called development. So these DevOps guys or DevOps engineer or this DevOps ecosystem, what this will do is like this will be acting as a bridge between what I can say, like development team as well as that operations team, where these people will do certain cloud management and cloud monitoring and all. So some activities they will be doing. That is, but all these things will come only after the development. After building the application, after developing, after deploying the application, all these things comes into picture.
Okay. Okay. And like
So
a
they are not developer. They are not developer. That is nothing related to development. Once the
okay.
applications are completely ready, and they are tested and all, everything is ready, then after deployment, what to be done, that they will be taken care. Some maintenance, some administration, that kind of thing.
Okay. And like Python with the Django framework is like one type of framework for backend, right?
Backend. Python is Django is backend.
Okay, that's for it's a complete backend development site. Okay.
Yeah, pure backend only, that is. If
But
you
like
want any
any
front end, again you have to add either Angular to that one, or you can add any React, or you can add normal HTML, CSS, JavaScript also to that one. But only
okay.
alone Python will not help. Yeah.
Okay, but learning it like any of these like technologies like will suffice for the like full stack development course, right? Like we'll be able to like at least secure a job in this area.
Which technology?
I mean, like the one which we are teaching right now, this Node.js, which we are going to
Yeah,
learn.
yeah. Node.js.
Yes, Keshav, like we are going to like learn in this course, right? Like that any one type of like technology. That's what I was asking. It will help
Yes,
us
yes.
to
Yeah, yeah.
like land this job, right?
Yeah, we'll be learning only one Node.js. Yeah.
We don't need to learn like a couple of other things, right? Like in one go.
Uh, sir, when we complete React,
What?
when we complete React,
What means you are asking about time?
no, yes, duration, React duration.
Yeah, yeah. That is only right. That is. See, this entire MERN will take 1 month.
Okay, means full Node.js and all 1 month. Hello.
Like if it is 1 hour 15 minutes, something like that, the session is happening. So around 20 sessions will be for React, and the rest of the sessions will be for your backend. So like you can roughly you can estimate like 40 days kind of thing, the
Okay, okay,
entire yeah course, I can say.
okay.
Kishore, you have any doubts?
Yeah, clear from my side, but are you going to teach HTML and CSS or just only React? I mean, and
No. We'll be starting with React only.
if you learn one framework of ReactJS, Angular also is similar to, or is it different?
But if you prefer, but if you want to what
If we learn only React means we can learn Angular also, or it's a different framework?
See, actually both are not required. If you learn React, fine. If you learn Angular, fine. So no need of two things. They both will serve same purpose. So no need of having two things to get confused. Not required. So any one of them is fine.
Okay.
Sure. Both are for same purpose. Front end related framework. That's it. You can use any one of them. Not both are not required.
Okay. Clear from.
Yeah, yeah. This is like your server side technology also. If you learn Java, and also if you want to learn .NET, not required. If you learn Java perfectly, then that is enough. No need of .NET. You understood, right?
Yeah, clear from my side.
Yeah.
Hello, excuse me, sir. This is Sant.
Yeah, Santosh. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, which one is best among Node.js or full stack Python, sir, compared to backend?
Node.js and Python.
Py
See,
Python.
I prefer Node. Why? Because if you're talking about Python, Python is having so much of advantage in other areas more than the web development. I can say,
Okay.
like, data science, right? You might heard
Uh,
something like data
uh,
science.
yes, sir.
Yeah, data
Yes, sir.
science, something like some AI data science, and some other statistics related things and all. In those
Yeah, yeah,
areas, Python is something like more like hard cake. You understand, right?
yeah,
But when
yeah.
it comes to web development and all, I prefer, like, the Java or Node. But Node is like one of the most emerging technology nowadays. And
Okay.
what I can say, no, Netflix, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. How many users will be there for Netflix? So many, right? Millions of
Yeah,
users
yes.
will be there, right? Yeah. So
Mm.
Netflix is running simply on Node.
Okay.
You understood, right?
Yes, sir.
See.
Yes, sir. Mm.
Yeah. So even though the technologies like Java, Python are available, they developed it in Node.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Uh,
hope you
uh,
got the. Uh,
Sir, I do have one another doubt, sir. Sir, is it
yeah.
possible to transition from web development to data science after getting the experience of 4 years or 5 years?
Yes.
Is it possible,
Yes.
sir?
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually, to get into data science, compared to fresher, uh,
okay,
what I can say is, like, being an experienced guy only, more feasible one.
okay, sir. So by learning Node.js, is it possible to shift from web development to data science, or by learning full stack with Python? Because Python will get the chance to convert from anything to anything else.
No, 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 no. The thing is, like, if you have development knowledge in this full stack with the node or whatever
Okay.
it is, you'll be
Hmm.
having, how the process will work. That will be there in your hand. Okay,
Yeah.
like you'll be
Yeah.
expertise. When you're talking about that, data science and all, forget about
Hmm.
Python for some time. When
Okay.
you're talking about data science, it is all about, analysis. You understood, right? Some
Yeah, sir.
algorithms, analysis and all.
Hmm.
There, as a tool, Python will come into picture. The Python that is, like, djang, all these things also not required. Some simple core Python, that is, like, how Python. You understood, right? Core Python, some
Uh,
reference Python, some Python
yeah.
related concepts. If you learn, that is more than enough. You understood, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the data science you'll be having something, what I can say, deep learning, certain algorithms, certain techniques will be there. Those things you'll be
Yeah.
learning. You understand, right?
Mm.
Yeah, they're,
Yes.
they're, they have their own set of libraries and all. Clear? So
Mm-hmm.
you
Yes,
don't
sir.
need to. Yeah, if you are very good with this website development, what I can say, web developer
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, then first work like this. First initially you work like this, and now you
Mm.
can simply, switch into that.
Okay.
That will be
Okay.
added advantage to you being a developer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then the only thing will be left out to you is just learning Python, just normal Python. No development related one. No, what I can say, web development related Python. Normal Python is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, is this course
Uh,
is full stack or just only Marin?
Full stack or
I mean, it will include HTML, CSS, and all this are only for just
no, 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 no. That's what I'm telling you. It will start from React.
okay.
Yeah, but JavaScript I will talk a little bit of, not the basic concept, but certain, advanced concepts. Sometimes I talk about JavaScript, but not that HTML, CSS. I want you to have some knowledge on the HTML and CSS.
Okay.
But that basic is enough, Kishore. Basic knowledge is enough. You don't require to be a master in the HTML and CSS.
Okay. So are you going to teach any integration part in this?
What?
Integrations part, how to connect.
Integration is with respect to.
I mean, if how to connect to another server and get the
Yes.
data and parsing and everything.
Yes, yes, that's what you'll be doing. See, this React, when I talk about front-end application React, that will be running on my one server with one port in one place. It will be running. My backend with the Node Express, whatever I create, that will be running on other place. You understood, right? And from this place to that place, I will be connecting. And in a real-time scenario, I'll be getting the data from that, from that server to this server. And after getting the data, I can display in this server. You understood, right? And I will send the data from this server to that server. So how in the real time scenario will be happening, the same way will be working in the session itself.
Okay,
In the
got it.
Yeah, clear, right?
Yeah, clear, sir. Clear.
Yeah. Still any other doubts, guys, for anyone of you with any other doubts? So, or else if you're fine, we can wind up for today. And yeah, we'll start with tomorrow. Directly, we'll start with tomorrow. The same time, 8 to 9. If you have any other concerns, you can just let me know. Or else we can wind up for today, right? And we will meet tomorrow 8 a.m. IST, same time, guys.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, bye. We'll meet tomorrow.